This is a paid advertisement for Protectomatic Industries. Are you tired of coming home from a day of shopping to find out that some of your groceries have been destroyed? As you unpack your grocery bag and take out the lighter objects from the top, you see that the bagger has placed something under your gallon of milk. Once again, your bread has been destroyed and your money has been wasted. Is there any possible solution to the squashed bread, crumbled cookies, and your eggs that aren't even fit to be scrambled? Introducing the revolutionary new Protecto-Bag. Although the Protecto-Bag appears to be a normal grocery bag, it's extraordinarily different. Both bags might appear to be the same size and same height, but the Protecto-Bag has an amazing added compartment. The reinforced sleeve, made of heavy-duty cardboard, protects your most fragile groceries, like your bread, your bagels, your milk, or even small bags of chips.
Hi, we're outside ShopRite Supermarket in Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, to see if we can find somebody who suffers from crushed groceries and meet the creator of the Protecto-Bag. Let's go inside. Excuse me, madam. Do you ever get stuck with crushed groceries due to careless bagging?
Why, yes. I find when I get home, a lot of my groceries are smushed.
Well, do I have a product for you?
You do? What's that?
Well, here I have the Protecto-Bag. It's a bag that, when you open, has a special little compartment for your fragile groceries.
Wow. Thanks, mister.
You're welcome. I'm here with Dr. Polly Chronopoulos, the creator of the Protecto-Bag. Doctor, what can you tell us about the bag?
Well, the science behind the Protecto-Bag is simple yet effective. Using a reinforced cardboard box, the Protecto-Bag is able to protect your more delicate groceries like bread and eggs and bagels. But the beauty of the Protecto-Bag is that when you fold it up, it takes up just as much room as a regular bag.
Thank you, Doctor.
As the happy shopper can prove, you can now come home from the supermarket secure in the knowledge that all your groceries won't succumb to the mercy of the milk. And at last, your bread is untouched and ready to toast. Thank you, Protecto-Bag. Thank you. To order the Protecto-Bag and receive 25 bags for $19.95, call 1-800-PROTECT. That's 1-800-PROTECT. But wait, if you call within the next 10 minutes, we'll throw in an extra 10 bags absolutely free. That's a total of 35 Protecto-Bags for one easy payment of $19.95. To order, call 1-800-PROTECT or visit us on the web at www.protectomatic.com. Don't delay, call today.
Hi, we're outside ShopRite Supermarket in Fairless Hills, Pennsylvania, to see if we can find the shuffer. Hi, we're outside ShopRite Supermarket to see if we can find the sufferer. Do you ever get stuck with damaged groceries due to careless bagging?
Why, yes. I often come home and find that my groceries are smushed.
Well, do I ever... Excuse me, ma'am. Do you ever get stuck with smushed groceries? Do you need a way to clear your mind of all your troubles? Well, in 7 simple steps, you'll be a decent juggler and on your way to peace. These are some of the materials you'll need for your juggling. You can use any sort of household ball, or my personal favorite, the juggling ball. The juggling ball is no more than an overstuffed hacky sack. But in actuality, it's a plastic wrapping stuffed with sand. I prefer the juggling ball because it's heavier than most other balls, and it gives you more of a balance. Also at the juggling store, you can pick up what's called a juggling pin. It's much more different than a bowling pin for three main reasons. It's hollowed out, it's evenly balanced, and has a longer neck for catching. Also at the juggling store, you can pick up practice machetes or practice flaming torches. Your first step in learning how to juggle is to become familiar with the weight of your object. This can be achieved by just simply throwing the ball into the air. You can do this while you're watching TV or listening to the radio. This step will take, for some of you, a few minutes or maybe one night. The duration of this step depends on how comfortable you are with the object. The second step is becoming comfortable with multiple balls. Just like the first step, this will take maybe a few minutes for some of you to maybe a night. Just throw the balls up and down until you feel comfortable with it. These first two steps may seem kind of pointless. They're very important in the process to juggling. The third step is adding what I call the juggling technique. It's nothing more than throwing one ball into the air, and right before you catch it in the opposite hand, you throw the other ball into the air. It goes as follows. It looks rather simple, but it might take some of you a couple nights to maybe even a week to learn. Its importance is great. Without this step, you won't be able to go any farther. So take your time on this step and become comfortable. Try and make it as fluent as possible without dropping. Step is to take a third ball and add it to the juggling technique. It goes as follows. Throw one and just do the technique. You might have to move your hands a little faster to make up for the third ball. But when you accomplish this step, you'll be juggling. This step is one of the more difficult ones, so be patient, practice. Don't be discouraged if you drop the ball. This might take you a few weeks, but don't worry. When you become comfortable with this, you're juggling. The fifth step is to add some simple tricks to your juggling. You can go to the library or even rent a movie on some simple tricks. But my favorite thing to do is just learn them myself. Two of my favorite simple tricks are the one up, two down, and the one-handed juggle. Both of these start juggling normally and then go into them. First I'll do the one up, two down, and then the one-handed juggle. This is the one up, two down. You can see how it gets its name. And another one of my favorite tricks is the one-handed juggle. You can do two variations of the one-handed juggle. I'll show you both. This is the first variation, and this is the second. Both are equally interesting, and you can impress all your friends when you learn these. Just remember, practice these steps. Don't get mad if you drop the ball, just keep practicing. It'll take time, but eventually you'll learn. Step 6, adding some advanced tricks to your repertoire. Taking some juggling pins you can get at your juggling store, you can begin to juggle these. These are much more difficult because you have more things to worry about. Not only can you not just juggle straight because you'll get your hands mixed up, you must angle the pins to make it easier. And you must also worry about the rotation. Some of us can make mistakes too. You must worry about the rotation of the pin so you don't catch it on the fat end. When you become familiar with the weight and the rotation, and even learn the juggler's technique, you can begin to juggle. This is very difficult, and I wouldn't recommend doing it inside. Unless you have a raised ceiling like this, it's very difficult to do it in a traditional 8-foot ceiling. If the weather's not cooperating, you might just want to wait for another day to juggle. Remember, this is very difficult. Don't get mad at yourself if you mess up. See? We all mess up. But the best thing is to just don't get mad at yourself. Just try it again. I've only been juggling bowling pins for a week or two now. If you practice for months, you can become good at these and even juggle heavier or different weighted objects, maybe a juggling ball, a bowling pin, and a juggling pin. Make it difficult for yourself. Just practice. Practice makes perfect. Just always remember that. Step 7, juggling different objects. You can add a little more fun to your juggling technique by taking 3 way different objects and juggling them. Here I have a normal baseball, a normal softball, and a normal basketball. Go through the original steps to normally juggling and reteach yourself to juggle with these objects. First, become familiar with the weight, each object, not just one of them. Do the juggling method. Spend more time on these than I am. I've practiced with these for time concerns. When you become good enough, start juggling. If you have one object that's much more larger than the other two, it's good to have that one object in the lone hand, where you have the 2 smaller objects in the hand where you have 2 balls. Remember, practice this one too. You might want to try this outside also because you might drop them, bounce. It's just not good to do inside unless you practice. This is a lot of fun to do. It impresses people very well too. This is one of my personal favorite tricks. Juggling a lot of balls. When you get really good at this, a whole other thing you can do is try to add a 4th object. That's a lot more difficult. And remember, just practice and you'll become a good juggler. We just briefly touched on the basic steps to learn how to juggle. I've been juggling for about a year now, so I can shorten each step for time concerns. I'm still working on that mysterious 4th ball, and when you get good at the 3 balls, different objects, maybe even pins, you can throw in the 4th ball. Just remember, don't get discouraged. Practice, and don't get mad at yourself. You might drop the ball, you might even hurt yourself. Just don't get mad at yourself. If you need to, take a break, do something else. Just remember, it's fun. It's not something you should get mad at yourself for. Have fun with it.